can't say anything about the dresses.
Nothing about the dresses.
Matter what they
so
ask
everyone
us,
would go,
don't say
guys,
anything.
what about the dresses? Why the dresses? And we go, magical night tonight. Just all the stars are out. A friend of ours had sugar cubes with LSD.
Is that why you're in the dress? It's just such a magical evening, and everyone looks so spectacular. You know, we just wanted to be a part of it all.
It's a night of magic.
What?
That's so crazy now to think. Like, just
So nuts.
the whole idea you would go. I mean, even to just go, okay, you're going to go to the Oscars, take acid and go to the Oscars. I'd be like, no, dude, I'm not doing that because I don't know what I'm going to end up doing. That'd even be too scary. We can't.
Get yourself ready for a trip through McDonald land. Take along a friend and grab a hold of Ronald's hand. Follow Ronald McDonald through the land of apple pie trees. And don't be surprised if you meet Big Mac and Big Cheese. There's thick shaped volcanoes, you'll even find a French fry thatch. Now just turn around and see if you won't find a hamburger patch as you're heading for a McDonald's in McDonald land, a McDonald's in McDonald land, a McDonald's.
Come on, it's time for bed. Okay? Alright, you guys, get some sleep, okay? You are my sunshine, my only sunshine. You make me happy, skies are gray. You'll never know, dear, how much I love you. Please don't take my sunshine away. You are my sunshine, my only sunshine. You make me happy when skies are gray.
This is day one of watching Joe Rogan. He's, interesting, just talks about stuff and has some good jokes. This is day two of watching Joe Rogan, and I started taking more vitamins and supplements, and I feel pretty good, including AG1. This is day 3 of watching Joe Rogan, and I am now an orange belt in Brazilian Jiu-Jitsu. I do judo, and I eat elk for breakfast. This is day 4 of watching Joe Rogan, and according to Graham Hancock, the ancient pyramids of Egypt are actually power plants that generated energy and electricity, which is what inspired Nikola Tesla's Wardenclyffe Tower through conducting electricity through piezoelectricity. And according to Jimmy Corsetti, Plato's description of Atlantis perfectly fits and describes the Eye of the Sahara Richat structure. This is day 5 of watching the Joe Rogan podcast, and the big pharmaceutical industry is lying to you. They are a multi-trillion-dollar business that are not health providers, but publicly traded corporations that prioritize not your health, but shareholder profit. They don't want you to know about ice baths. They don't want you to know about the carnivore diet. They don't want you to know about AG1. They don't want you to know about hyperbaric chambers. If you're not snorting AG1 every single day, you are a victim of the pharmaceutical industry. You should be snorting AG1 every single day, taking DMT for breakfast, and eating elk meat that you hunted 3 times a day. Take your ice baths, wake up at 5 a.m., train hard in jiu-jitsu, and
Oh, shit. Oh, my God. Oh, shit.
That was so scary. Oh my God.
I need to step back so I can get some movement. It's in his head. It's in your forehead. Take it out of your forehead.
If you sneeze and I say God bless you, the only thing you should say is thank you. I don't need to hear all of this. How did you get in my house? Why is my window broken? I'm calling the police. Ain't nobody got time for that. Be polite. If you
She identifies as hurt. Factory reset didn't work. Like flip right in the non-binary. You can feel the pronouns leaving the body. Right in the they thems. No surgery needed then. Transaction denied. Ooh, right in equal rights. She got down in Fortnite. Trying to kickflip, learn how to do a lip slide. She gender fluid everywhere. It almost became almost wear. That's a cheap way to transition. Right in the 10 sickles, right in the transmission. Flat slam right in the mystery box. Straight in the who knows what, like you see a card at an ATM. All black Betty jammed your clam. Busted your lip for sure. Take away the penis, that was it, Tony Hollywood.
GTA 6 will feature pride parades? Dude! Oh no.
I used to work for Gordon Ramsay back in the day, and people always ask me, what's the worst thing you've ever seen him do? Well, this was back in the days when Gordon used to do a lot of coke. Christmas Day, 1998, there was this drunk customer constantly complaining, constantly sending things back. Gordon got pissed off. He walked out into the restaurant, said something to this guy. The guy followed Gordon to the kitchen. Next thing you know, Gordon gets this guy in a headlock, opens the door to the walk-in freezer, chucked him in, closed the door, padlocked it up so he couldn't get out. Gordon just said, oh, he'll call off, don't worry about it. Anyway, service carried on all the way through the afternoon, all the way to the night. We finally finished at 9 PM. We forgot about this guy in the freezer. He's been in there 8 hours by this time. Anyway, I opened the door. The guy looked like he'd just been to the Antarctic on an expedition, honestly. Anyway, turns out he got frostbite, lost all of his fingers and his toes, went to court and everything. Not many people know that story. True. I used to work for Gordon Ramsay back in the day.
Stan, what's the difference between a noise and a sound effect?
Most people tend to classify both of them together, but a noise is different in that it's nondescript. You can't identify it. That's a noise. A sound effect is describable. You know what those are. You can identify those.
Stan's diligently trained his voice since he was 6 years old. Now he can imitate just about anything and anyone.
You can be a siren.
Yes, I'm the loudest man in the world to be in the Guinness Book of Records. I do 125 dB with this voice alone. But I can't do it inside a building. I have to do it outside.
Stan Lemkuhl admits a certain resemblance between his vocal talents and those of Robin Williams of Mork and Mindy fame. So it seemed only appropriate that he bid me farewell in Martian, as only Stan Lemkuhl can speak it.
Everybody's here. Bit of a prank on our browser Russ.
Yep. Oh, look at that.
Basically, ideas. We're plumbing his whole house with beer. And this guy's going to come home and it's going to get awesome. See on it? I don't think he's dusted under there for months.
Camera. Little camera in there. Got a shoe cam down here.
Yeah, just a pretty simple setup.
Whoa, it's like cold beer too, look.
He's got his butter. No way.
Oh my gosh. Got no fresh water anywhere.
Here come the overalls. He's filming it all on his phone. It actually tastes really good. Did it come up? Yeah, that's it. Here it goes.
There's like 10 kegs of beer under this mug. Party of mine, boys!
Liberal. Liberal, 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 liberal. Happy fun, la la la. Human smuggling, pit no gas. Forced government euthanasia, la chopping up children's genitals, la 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 la.
You've been struck. You've been struck.
Hey ladies! Who's watching you?
headed straight for the floor.
We can't say.
Sometimes you wanna go where everybody knows your name.
I'm glad to see you got a sense of humor. So do I.
Oh, my darling, knock 3 times on the ceiling if you want me.
I'm gonna get a cappuccino soon. I'm gonna strangle somebody.
You know what heights we'll hit. On with the show, this is it.
In a world where sequels and prequels and derivative slop rule the TV and movie landscape, one magazine dares to make fun of them all. One mag to roast them all, one mag to troll them, one mag to break their balls, and in the ratings roll them.
Cut!
Welcome to the show, boys and girls. Max, shut up. I can always I can hear the backstage crowd. We've got a lively panel today. Welcome to the show, boys and girls. Billy Power Max says the only one that might offend me is Doc. He tried to get me to read the Communist Manifesto and told me it was as good as Catcher in the Rye. I would say that the Communist Manifesto and Catcher in the Rye are about on the same par because I don't like Salinger. And I am not pushing communism. Hello, Carrie. Good to see you. Welcome. Abo Grizz, good to have you in the house. I assume that's Mo or Joe, not Mo. Good to see you, Joe. And we have an interesting show today because we have no content whatsoever. None. We did show prep yesterday and went, man, I got nothing. And the greatest brains in the coffee shop just came up with a fat load of nothing. And that's usually when we do our very best work. So on that note, I want to bring out some of my peoples here. He's a artist, he's a writer, he's a publisher of Electric and of Satellite Girl. Please welcome Mr. Tanner Hurley.
Oh, okay.
Hey,
everybody.
Welcome,
going
Tanner.
on?
What's going on, brother? How are you?
Oh, I'm doing all right.
All right.
I'm surviving.
Yeah. Listen, I noticed you skipped the staff meeting yesterday. That's going on your record. I don't want
Did you get that meme I sent you?
I don't want to go to that shit. I'll just show up for the show.
No, I was literally out and about, but and I can't do shit from my phone. So
No worries. Carrie says hi, Tanner.
hey, what's going on, Gary? I know
Always.
I've been MIA for like a week or so.
He comes, he goes. He's like the wind. Somebody cue Patrick Swayze. He's on. Let's also let's bring out. She is the producer of the show and the publisher of Flip City Magazine, the best satire magazine since the days of Ronald Reagan.
Yeah.
Flip City Magazine publisher Christy, come on
I'm
out.
just doing a job I never did before.
Welcome, Christy.
Hello.
Hey.
I'm here. I made it. I'm pushing the buttons. Dude, I push those buttons perfectly for the opening. Let's see how the rest. No, they were perfect.
Well.
Aw, thank you, Carrie. I miss the chat. I do. I don't like it when I get busy with everything.
I look forward to seeing you guys on the panel, hanging out. We have a few laughs, but it is, people say it sounds corny, but the chat makes the show, man. They're always, that's what makes it fun.
Well, going back to what we were talking about backstage, it's like, I keep missing all these episodes because of, appointments and crap like that. And so we were talking about backstage how I watched the AKA Charlie Sheen on Netflix. And, watched it last night, and, I was thinking all sorts of things, like medically, they should take his DNA and his blood and probably find the cure for everything.
You want a transfusion?
Somewhere in there.
Is that what you're saying, Tanner? You want a transfusion of Charlie?
I sure as hell do, because I got done watching that and I was jealous as fuck. I'm telling you. I was like, how the hell does that guy go like decades and just like is better than ever? Meanwhile, I do like 20 years in the military and get jacked up, and I'm like clinging to life on a day-to-day basis. I was like, no, this is not. No, it's not fair.
Well, hold on. Max is trying to participate in the conversation.
I think Max thinks he's live with us. Nobody can hear you, Max, except for us.
Max, you got a little booger sugar on your. Boys and girls, to let the cat out of the bag, we have a guest panelist today. He is the director of operations and publisher of Atrocity Comics. Please welcome Mr. Max DeVille.
Man, I gotta update that. We don't even have that website anymore.
Well, welcome back. Good to see you.
Yeah. But Tanner, the reason why he could stay so hyper like that was the same reason why the housewives of the 20s could do it. It's called cocaine, my friend.
Well, yeah, and then he took it with testosterone. So I mean, like, I was sitting there like taking notes.
How do I get tiger blood and dragon skin?
Right.
Okay, so Abo Grizz says, since you guys do your show so often, it's only once a week. Do you find yourselves looking down for comments in real life? Every now and then I do kind of do something, and I think to myself, I wonder what the chat would say. Carrie says, "Hail Max, good to see you."
I am here.
Billy says, "Tanner, how did your Tigers let the Braves sweep them? The Braves stink this year."
Because
Braves
it's
suck.
fucking Detroit. It's the curse of Detroit.
I mean,
the
come on.
board.
The baseball's doing bad. Baseball's doing bad when the White Sox are doing well. Come on.
And I wanted to say this too. The Braves are playing better baseball than their standings show. I mean, they're playing some good ball this year, but they're not winning the games.
can't get any runs. I mean, you can get 50,000 hits, but if you can't get any runs, it don't matter.
Man, speaking of the Braves, it was funny. I came across an article the other day where they were talking about Dave Justice as the ex-husband of
Oh, what's her face?
uh,
Yeah,
uh,
that was.
uh, Halle Berry, and
Yeah.
I was like, he was just a freaking all-star baseball player, but
Yeah.
that's how he's defined as
Right.
the ex-husband of, you
And
know,
people were all
Halle
crying. It's like
Berry.
he left her because she wouldn't be doing housewife things like cooking dinner and blah blah blah. But
Making
she
sandwiches for the hookers.
she made more money than he did and shouldn't have to. I'm like, guys, you made plenty of money to have personal chefs. Shut up.
Actually, it's called standards, and everyone should have them.
I don't know. I mean, it would seem like Halle Berry could at least be making sandwiches for the hookers instead
Exactly.
of cooking for a home, like Denise Richards did for Charlie Sheen.
I know another reference to the show.
Yeah. I mean, we were backstage lamenting the fact that we got nothing to talk about, and Tanner just comes in blazing. He's like, "Oh man, I watched that Charlie Sheen documentary." Blah 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 blah. And then in the new Mandalorian Grogu trailer set him off. So I might just turn the damn show over to Tanner and let him cook for a while.
Holy
Let him
shit!
go.
I mean, speaking of shit,
Oh,
like the the Mandalorian Grogu. Oh my god!
well, let's dive into that. Bring up that. Can you bring up that trailer?
Yeah,
Holy
give me 1 sec. I just gotta make sure it's muted here.
I'm pushing the buttons perfectly, she says.
Hey, hey, calm down.
Don't want to get in trouble with Disney.
Calm down.
Okay, here we go. We're gonna invigonate it.
All right,
All right.
Tanner, the floor is yours, sir.
Look at this shit.
Look at this
Oh,
shit.
Well, I mean, look at that. That's cute. Baby Yoda is freaking awesome. And look, not even Sigourney Weaver can save this dumpster fire of a fucking movie. What the hell? God, put her back in Aliens, you stupid fucks. God.
All right, so what was it about this though, Tanner?
Watch this trailer. This looks like crap. This Lucasfilm used to be like the epitome of special effects and quality. Look at that. Look what the fuck is that? Who designed that droid, that bot? That looks like a piece of shit. I'm telling you, my 12-year-old could draw better and design a better freaking robot than that. Like there's no quality. This was put together. I thought this was an AI film, and then someone had to explain to me, "Oh, that's the real thing." I said, "They released this like purposely?"
Yeah.
When
when
Forge for IMAX. Get the fuck out of here. Ain't no one paying IMAX prices for that shit.
when I
dude, it
up on Game Rant, and I thought it was AI.
Billy Powerback says Disney Star Wars is not Star Wars. And
No,
I
it's not Star Wars.
agree.
But
And Disney Marvel is not Marvel.
Yeah. Oh my god. And don't get me started on those two. Fuck the big two. Good God, comics. What a slump. I've been buying freaking 90s books left and right from the big two even. I got some old X-Men stuff and whatnot and Batman and I am just absolutely done with modern storytelling and everything.
From what Johnny said, he ordered 50 Deadpool versus Batmans, sold out within 45 minutes.
Why? It looks like complete shit.
I don't know. People want it. But he was like, I wish I would have bought more.
And don't get me wrong, I love Greg Capullo's work, but man, they did it was like that guy who ruined Kirby's work. I mean, whoever the inker is on that just totally like dropped the ball, like fumbled it. All the little nuances that Greg Capullo brings to what, the new Ice theme song?
Yeah. But we're not there yet. We're still cooking on Disney right now. Billy Powermax says the Timothy Zahn trilogy and the EU are the sequel trilogy.
They really were. I mean,
I don't know what that means.
what, the extended universe?
What is the Timothy Zahn trilogy?
Oh, he did a series of books that were approved by
okay.
Lucas, the heir to the Empire and all that kind of stuff.
I got you. That I do know. All right. Yeah, what's it going to take, do you think? Is it possible at this point to salvage Star Wars and or Marvel?
Nope.
Not really, because they would have to change their entire corporate culture in order to do it.
It's not going to happen. It's just not going to happen.
Yeah, but let's don't look at it from their side of the board table. Let's look at it from the fan side. Is there anything they could do? Let's say in a perfect world, really good creative teams get hired to come in. Is it too late?
No, it's never
be salvaged.
Never too late.
No, it's not too late. But one thing they need to start doing is they need to make, like, for example, Marvel makes some Avengers movies, right? They need to make Avengers comics that mimic the Avengers movies.
Yeah.
And sell that shit in the lobby of the theater. For like $10 a pop. Because it's already going to be overpriced because you're in the theater. But selling comics of comics that you're going to go see, that just makes sense.
Right. It does.
Yeah. Well, that's one of the things that I came across where they were analyzing, the market, and they were saying that the MCU is ruining the comics market because even if you're let's say you get a new fan that watched a movie, and said, "Oh, this is cool. Oh, they're based on comic books. I'm interested." Then the comics don't reflect the movies.
Well, yeah,
there's
50,
decades of fucking continuity. Or don't get me wrong.
There's like
you got
15 different
so many
Spider-Man.
fucking reboots that they don't make any sense.
Or there's 15 different versions of Spider-Man. Which one do you buy?
Yeah, Superman.
None of them, because they all fucking suck.
All right, so Billy Powermax says, I have made the decision to not let Disney ruin my love for Star Wars. I deny anything they made is canon. I agree. Carrie wants to know, Tanner, who pissed in your cornflakes?
Pop culture pissed in my cornflakes.
Bob Iger.
Bob Iger. Kathleen Kennedy. Bob Iger.
Joe says they can make them more gay.
Add a woman and make her gay.
Billy Powermax says, recast the characters, make heir to the Empire, keep straight in the source material. Yeah, absolutely, Billy. I agree. The closer you stay to the source material, the better. Absolutely. And that goes for Marvel, too. But not current Marvel. Go back to the golden age, not even the 90s, which we call... By the way, I was working in comics in the 90s. We did not call it the Bronze Age. We called it the Dark Age of comics because every character was, blood, death, shadow, dark and raw. And it's like
it was 90s edge, that's what it was.
Somebody said, when did dark and gritty become a selling point? Hey, here's new dark and gritty ivory soap. No, it's not a selling point. You want heroic heroes. So yeah, go back to at least the Silver Age of comics.
I don't know. I do dark and gritty. We do just fine.
Well, yeah, but you're doing hot babes. That's a different market.
True.
And the 90s did give birth, really, or I shouldn't say give birth to. They really gave the meteoric rise to the hot female lead character.
Well, that was Image that did all that.
Well,
Tucci,
with She.
She started it.
Yeah, and then you had Lady Death, Brian Padillo, Lady Death, and so many others. I even worked on a book for an indie called Assassinette. You know, it's like,
Yeah, you did. I
yeah.
got copies of it.
Don't you ever show that.
You leave that in the closet where it belongs.
keep it in the Mylar, baby. But yeah, everybody was doing that. But it was also, okay, here's our greatest new character. He carries big guns. How is that a superhero?
Cable, I don't know.
What's up, Kaz? He says, that's funny. I just finished watching an Echo Chamberlain video talking about what Slop the Go-Go movie is destined to be. Did Kerry wants to know, Max, did you show Doc your song about yes he did.
Yes, I did.
And I hate it.
Good.
Because it's AI. No, it was good. It was
No,
good.
I did most of it in Pro Tools. The only thing I did in AI was I used the AI to create the female vocalist, so I didn't have to hire a female vocalist. And I saved 3 days mastering the song.
Yeah.
By just having Suno do it for me.
No, it's all right. And when Max, when next year, when Atrocity launches their New Year's line, we'll have Max out again, and we will play that. And I'm sure the video he'll have made to go with it by then.
Oh yeah, it'll be good.
Because Max does that shit, and he's really good at it. But yeah, Kerry, I heard it. It was all right.
Well, that guy said it was nothing but tits and ass, so I was like, let's just own it. I've never said that it's not.
Right.
You know, it's just tits and ass with an actual story.
Yeah, Max said, I'm not selling you Shakespeare here, boys.
Wait, so unlike the 90s? It's everything the 90s was, but with a story?
Exactly.
Yeah. What a weird time that was.
I
in
mean,
the 90s, but I would take it today over what we've got today.
Well, hell yeah.
Any day.
And, you know, me and Johnny, we both come from writing movies.
Right.
So our comics are very cinematic, you know, and people like that.
Yeah.
Would you
Well,
get
it
off
should
the
be.
table, cat?
It's a visual medium, you know.
Oh, is it Ozzy? Ozzy's making a cameo.
Come here.
Hello, Ozzy.
Come here. Come on.
No, my
He
cat
doesn't
was
want
up
to.
on the table. I had to boot her down. I had to, get out of here.
Look at the size of that head on that dog. That's a big dog. Tanner's got a big dog too, but
I do.
What's your dog's name, Tanner?
Saber.
Saber. Yeah, Saber. The last I heard, Saber was in trouble.
I had to.
Saber's dumb. I mean, I love him, but like he was special. He was given back like 3 times, and my wife was like, "It's a sign." And then when I'm like, before I quit alcohol, like I was drunk, and she's like, "She look at him. He's back in the shelter. We should get him, or wherever we got him from."
Oh,
it's a sign, and I was like, "Okay, let's go get him." And then he grew up. He was a cute puppy, but then he grew up into be like this dumb dog. And I'm like, like I'm expecting like military police dog, like trained and disciplined.
The dog should pop to attention when I walk in the room.
He's a rare breed. He's an Isabella hobo, so he's white and like kind of creamish color.
Okay,
mix.
all right.
But everyone thinks he's a wolf. Like we had someone check our HVAC system, and he came in, and the dog was outside just staring in the window, and he like stops like mid step and everything. He's like, "Holy shit, is that a wolf?" I was like, "No, that's my dog. You know, he'll lick you to death before anything happens."
You know, I saw a couple of hipsters walking a coyote a couple months ago.
I had to put. My dog was 16. Had to put him to sleep about 4 or 5 months ago because he had a real bad stroke and couldn't use his back legs anymore. So didn't really have much of a choice. It was either that or give him one of those doggy wheelchairs, and he was big, and that would have been a problem.
And then shortly thereafter, Max had a stroke because that dog.
That's true.
The dog put a curse on Max as he was dying. Curse
Yep.
you.
You want to get? I'm going to get you, boss.
No, so let's segue over to. Apparently, there's a 2-part documentary about our good friend Charlie Sheen that I have not seen. But before we dive into that, I will say I saw him on Greg Gutfeld, and he was hysterical. And there's 100% self awareness of how jacked up he has been in pop culture.
Yeah.
So what the hell, man? Did somebody go? Was this documentary of his doing, or was it someone else's impetus?
I think it's a cross between. I think Netflix came to him, and he was just like, "Cool, let's do it."
They came to him, and he's like, "All right, I'll produce it."
Okay, all right. So, other than the fact that he is completely mea culpa on the drugs and the sex and the craziness, what any insights? Was there anything shocking going on here in this interview?
Not really.
I don't know if you're like, it's nothing shocking, but they just kind of delve into his childhood. They show some of the Super 8 videos that him and his friends made, and I didn't realize his friends was Sean Penn, George Clooney.
Oh
Kristen.
yeah,
they all grew up together. I was like, oh, that's kind of cool,
And of course, his half brother Emilio Estevez.
Yeah, and Emilio. Emilio.
By the way, was Emilio in that thing?
No, actually, Emilio and Martin Sheen refused to be in the documentary.
Oh,
but his older brother Ramon was in it, so that was kind of interesting.
They didn't want that shit released.
So they were like, "Look, we don't know what direction Charlie's going to go when he." It's better if we just kind of pull back and not involve ourselves.
Dude could say anything. All right.
I mean, towards the end there, he's talking about he was talking. He came, basically they kicked everyone out of they're interviewing in a diner, so it's kind of cool. So they kick out everyone in the crew, and it's just the producer and Charlie, and he's like, so you said yesterday that you wanted to talk about the things that are unspoken in your life, and they end it with, well, and he's like, so you got a menu, and you're going down it, and you're like, oh, I'd like one of these or one of everything. He said, but eventually you flip over the menu, and you're like, oh, I'll try a little bit of everything. And basically, he's talking about the accusations of gay sex, and so he's like, so. You got to understand, and he just goes into explaining, when you're in the thralls of cocaine and sex addiction, what happens.
He was definitely a sex addict, and he was on the cocaine. He's basically David Duchovny, but he went insane.
Yeah, but yeah. So
he went on fucking Martin Lawrence.
But he's just
running around naked in the street with a handgun.
Well, I don't know. And he's like, well, am I going to nuke, this section of, the population because, I'm aware that it happened now. And he's like, no, that just doesn't make any sense. So I was just like, wow, that's a lot of character. Actually,
I was working with
he just sort of it happened, and I go with I went with the flow.
It's just amazing, dude still has a career.
I was working with an addict once who was talking about during their recovery. They've been sober for a while, so now he and his spouse are in for marital counseling because obviously a lot of damage gets done. And he was she was upset that there had been some gay sex on his part. And he said, I don't know what to tell you. He goes, cocaine tells you can do anything, and that's an anything. So I did that too.
I'm just surprised Charlie Sheen still has a career.
Does he?
I mean, it just keeps going.
I guess we'll know if he's really still got a career if we see him in another movie or TV show.
Yeah,
maybe
something other than a cameo. You know what I'm saying? But at the same time, you got to kind of wonder: did he reach? Iron Man actor.
Robert Downey Jr.
Did he
Robert
reach
Downey
Robert
Jr.
Downey Jr. level of poverty? You know,
I don't know. I mean,
no.
Robert Downey Jr. was doing a lot of cocaine.
Well, Robert Downey Jr. says, and by the way, there's an Easter egg for that in the first Iron Man movie where he hits a McDonald's window and he's eating a cheeseburger.
Yep.
All the money he had left in the world when he was on drugs was enough to get him one last cheeseburger, and he was going to go get a cheeseburger and then go do himself in. So that was kind of his nod to his recovery. Now, wonderful. So Charlie Sheen obviously has not hit that. He didn't go broke, in other words.
No, I don't think he ever really went broke.
So do you
Well,
think
he was making like $1.2 million an episode
the highest
for
paid
3.5
actor on
men.
television? Yeah, like he was making the money.
Well, that's my question. Do you think that in that instance, did he blow through all of that, or has he got enough now where he's good if he never works again?
I think he's good if he never works again.
I don't
honestly.
know, man.
Like,
He gambled a lot.
Well, the show, he's kind of turned over and he's just there for he's got 5 kids. I didn't realize he has 5 kids, but he's just kind of there for all of his kids.
Yeah,
like,
but
at a drop of a dime.
He
So
had
I mean,
his
yeah, is he-
cocaine and his drug addiction, but he was also highly addicted to gambling.
Yeah.
So who knows how much of that money he lost?
Well, true, but I think Tanner just hit on something really important. Is if he's gotten himself clean,
Yeah.
and now he says, whatever else I do, I'm going to be there for my kids, then that's winning.
Yeah.
Winning. That's
I
a good
mean,
redemption arc.
When I had my first child, I was 22. I was total party guy, going to raves, doing all the stuff. Had a kid, totally stopped. Day of, just quit. I was like, now it is no longer my story.
Right.
It is this kid's story.
Right. I'm not the main character anymore. Now, by the way, if you ever went to a rave back in the day and you thought you saw Chewbacca, it was actually Max. You guys that don't know, Max is almost 7 feet tall. Big old hairy woolly booger. He's a little frightening. Max, either last year or the year before, you had shared a picture of you with this hot chick you met who was fucking tall. And
Yeah.
And he was like, finally a girl I don't have to kneel to kiss her.
Yeah,
on the lips.
it was weird because I didn't actually have to bend down to kiss her. She was 6'1", so, and that was without heels. So, she could put on some heels and actually be as tall as me.
He
Which was
found
wild.
his Chewbacca.
But she ended up being kind of crazy, so
had to let her go.
Yep, had to let her. I mean, crazy chicks are like the stock market. It's a fun ride, but you just got to know when to sell out and get out, just get out of the game.
You gotta know when to cash out. Hey, let's do this, Christy. We're about at the halfway point here. Let's take a commercial break here. Do a little advertising for our friends Abo and Darin, and I think maybe even Dillard too. And refresh your beverage, and we'll see you back here in a minute, boys and girls.
Hard cheeses.
I like hard cheeses. 3,000 rhinoceros.
911, what are you reporting?
We got someone or something crawling around out here.
Did you see what it was? Was it a person or an animal or?
I can't tell. All I know is that my central light came on and I just happened to glimpse and see this thing running across the yard. A good-sized man or something. It looks like a man. I don't know what it was. Just that it ran across the yard.
Okay. You've had problems in the neighborhood before?
Yeah, my dog was killed here just recently. I don't know what it was. Whatever it is, it's running. I couldn't catch it if I was going to chase it. But whatever it was standing up. I'm out here looking through the window now and I don't see anything. I don't want to go outside. Jesus Christ, you better...
Sure.
See ya!
Hello?
Get somebody out here.
What's going on now, sir?
That son of a bitch is about 6'9", 9, I don't know.
Do you see him now, sir?
Yes, I'm looking right at him.
Uh-oh. Okay, hang on.
He's right.
Is he in your yard, sir?
Yeah, God, he's big.
Okay, what's he doing in your yard?
He's looking at me.
Oh, and the guy is on foot.
I don't know what. It's a big, real big person. That's all I can say.
Okay, but it is a person.
Yeah, I'd say it was a person, somebody really big. But he's all in black.
Is he a black male or a white male? Did you actually see whether, or was he just wearing black?
He's all black and he's big. He is big.
On thermometers, 2,000 surrounding us. Travel 2,000 kilometers to hang out with us. What's up, danger? What's up, danger? Hey, didn't know they doubted us. Makes it that more marvelous. Sign them up, cause ominous vibes and I get synonymous. What's up, danger? Hey, don't be a stranger. Cause I like high chances that I might lose. I like it all on the edge, just like you. Hey, I like tall buildings so I can leap off of them. I go hard with it no matter how dark it is. I'm insane, but on my toes. I could keep the world balanced on my nose. I had a slumber party with all my foes. Now I wear them like a badge on all my clothes. If I'm crazy, I'm on my own. If I'm waiting, it's on my phone. If I sound lazy, just ignore my tone. Cause I'm always gonna answer when you call my phone. Like, what's up, danger? Like, what's up, danger? Don't be a stranger. What's up, danger? Can't stop me now. I said I got you now. I'm right here at your door. I won't leave. I want more. What's up, danger? Yeah, what's up, danger? Can't stop me now. Yeah. I said I got you now. Come on, what's up, danger? Come on, I said what's up, danger?
Space. A vast, dark void in need of exploration. Yeah, right! Space isn't about exploring, it's about getting rich. What's the fastest way to get rich? By collecting the splinters of Yggdrasil for glorious bounty. Too bad it's also the quickest way to get dead. Join Mistress Graven and her crew of scantily clad scoundrels as they sail the stars in search of the splinters of Yggdrasil. Magic, mayhem, and miniskirts in space. Go to abochristly.com to learn more. See you soon, matey.
And we are back. Welcome back, everybody. So I don't know if you guys saw this or not, but I'm going to riff on this for a minute here. Google admits censorship under Biden, promises to end bans of YouTube accounts of thousands of Americans censored for their political speech. And of course, this was spearheaded by Jim Jordan, and it has a lot to do with the fact that the Senate and House are both giving a hard look at the Section 230 protections that social media has. And I want to address that.
Yeah, I mean that's one of the bigger things that I've been saying for probably the last 4 or 5 years. I mean,
Yeah,
the left has really begun the attack on free speech with their words or violence thing.
yeah.
Because now
Well,
that justifies you being violent when someone says something you
correct,
don't like.
correct. And you end up with shit like what happened out in Utah. Now,
Exactly.
having said that, this is the thing. The 230 protections were always meant for platforms to
Correct.
not be held accountable or liable for things people post on their platform. Now, that means they still maintain the same responsibility anyone else does, that you can't post anything illegal.
Yeah.
No porn, no threats of violence or incitements to violence, all that good
Yeah.
stuff,
All
right?
the standard First Amendment
Right.
requirements,
Exactly. So when they began censoring people, and famously, I think the most famous case was Steven Crowder. They even made a separate rule called the Steven Crowder
Yeah.
rule,
Yep.
which is you're not really violating any of our terms of
We
service,
just don't like you.
but we just don't like you, so we're going to take you down. And this happened to dozens of creators, including some in our own space. Alasmat has a bone to or an axe to grind here.
They did it to the goddamn president of the United States.
Yes.
You know, I mean, come on.
But here's what it means. They've made this a mission now. So if Congress were to remove their Section 230 protections because they have been operating as publishers, that's going to open them up to civil liability. They can get
Yeah.
sued, in other words.
For sure. But
And
they've
they
been,
should.
but they've been talking about this 230 thing now since Trump was in office last time.
Correct.
You know, and then I don't know, Biden obviously wasn't going to do anything about it because he was forcing all of those social media companies to
Well, he wasn't.
change.
Whoever,
Well,
Didn't
his
know what the fuck was
DOJ
going
and
on. Are you kidding?
the
the
auto
whole
the auto
COVID
was
stuff.
was
Yeah, well,
dictating that one.
the COVID stuff was just getting shut down left and right. I mean, even Zuckerberg was like, "Yeah, they told us to turn it to take it down, and we just did it."
Right, right.
You know.
But now, here's the upside of that, though. So, what would happen? Let's imagine a world where they lose their Section 230 protections, and that's Facebook, Twitter, Instagram, YouTube, all the big ones. What's going to happen is all of a sudden they will now have to have customer service where you can pick up a phone and call.
Either that or they just blow it wide open, you know, and just let people post whatever the hell they
Well,
want.
they would still have to have some kind of customer service, which they don't have now. If you've got a grievance with Facebook or with
Yeah.
YouTube, good luck.
Yeah, you aren't getting nobody.
You're not going to talk to a human being. But then they would have to, because that's going to open them up again to they're vulnerable to civil liability. And I would love to, and I've got a buddy that's an attorney, and I think I'm going to try to get him to come on the show to talk about this. The amount of damages. Now, let's say me personally, if they struck down my channel for something I said that was a free speech issue, I can't really sue for compensatory damages because I don't make any money on YouTube, right?
Yeah.
So I could get an award and an apology letter and poof, you're back. But think about someone like Steven Crowder who made millions
Oh, yeah.
and then had his channel nuked and demonetized and censored.
But see, one of the main problems is, do you sue the platform like YouTube, or do you sue the government? Because, like, I was going to sue the VA for assaulting me. I was assaulted by a nurse at the Kansas City VA, right? I couldn't find an attorney to do it because I had to file a tort, and no attorney wants to file a tort. You cannot sue the VA. You have to file a federal tort.
Yeah, suing the federal government is next to impossible.
Exactly.
But I'll say this: if you own a business and it's a social platform called Town Square,
Yeah.
and you bend the knee to the government because they say we don't like people who wear blue shirts to be able to speak,
Yep.
so you censor all the blue. That's on you. You bent the knee. So that makes
Correct.
you the one that's liable. Hey,
Yeah.
Shadowhawk, good to see you, buddy.
But then again, it's also, is that their free speech? Is that them? I mean, the government tells them to do something, and they do it. Is their free
Right.
will decision them practicing their First Amendment rights?
Well, I can tell you what
You
the
know.
left will say because I've debated this with a friend of mine who leans on the left. Tim's been on the show, and it is, well, there's nothing the government should have to do with telling them what they can and can't do with a private business. And he says, therefore, you must want government regulation of. No, it's exactly the opposite. I want the government to take their hands off of it completely, including their protection.
Yep. Take it all away. I mean,
Yeah.
I have always said since I was in high school, I wanted the government to do three things. One, audit the Fed. Two, do an audit of the Ninth and 10th Amendment of the United States Constitution, just to see what has been violated. Because the Ninth and 10th Amendment, they're just ignored. Everything's federal.
Especially the 10th. Yeah. The only thing I want from federal government is, protect our shores and pave our roads and get the hell out of my way.
Yeah,
That's it.
run the fire department. It's like
No, that's not even federal.
Penn Jillette always used to say, libertarian guy, he would always say, look, the only thing that I am willing to pay taxes for is something that I would be willing to kill you over.
Okay, there's that. The government's job ideally is to do the things for us that we cannot do for ourselves.
Mhm.
But we pay into it to get those certs. Fire departments at a local level, not a federal, police at the local level, et cetera, et cetera. But all that aside, the I don't know that it's a bombshell. We've all known the censorship was happening, but for Google to admit it is crazy to me. That kind of tells me that some kind of backroom deal has been struck where they're not going to lose their 230 protections, because there's no way they would admit to
Yeah,
censor
why would they violate the Fifth Amendment?
or the culpability. Why would they make themselves culpable?
Yeah, exactly.
Publicly like that. So there's probably some deal that's been struck, and we'll continue to struggle with it. You think about the Orwellian language, Tanner, that we've had to use here on the show. You can't use words that mean what they mean. Hello, Tank Ferret.
Hey.
And he says, hello, fellow CDAT.
Yeah.
I don't know what that means, but okay.
It's like everyone
dumbass
started using all this special language on YouTube, and I didn't know. So
Right.
I just used regular language, and like, oh no, you can't say the S word. You have to say unalived or self-deleted.
Right,
and I'm
right.
like,
I hate
why?
that shit.
Why?
Right, exactly. There's a YouTube channel that's very popular, huge channel. It's called Oversimplified, and it's little cartoon oversimplification history lessons. And he had the World War II Part 1 and Part 2, and Part 1 showed the angry little man with a mustache leading his guys in the beer hall revolt.
Yeah.
And they had their symbol on their arms. He was forced to take it down and go in and blur out every image. Why? It's fucking history.
Yeah. I mean, I understand in Germany why that is illegal. I get it. They
Sure.
made it illegal in Germany. I understand. But doing it all around the world,
Well,
that
even
doesn't
in
make any
Germany,
sense.
you're allowed to show it in the context of historical photos or education. You're not
Yeah.
allowed to use it in trade.
Yeah, like you can't use it to make money. Like Wolfenstein,
Right,
they
right.
had to edit that game to release it in Germany.
I mean, even Kiss had to change the S's in their logo when they went to Germany. Takers have their own special language composed primarily of nomenclature, idioms, acronyms, and profanity. Okay, cool. Tree Goblin says oversimplified Punic War is great. Oversimplified in general Great channel to go watch. I also recommend Salmonella University. They're funny as hell. Good watches. Highly recommend. 2 thumbs up.
I liked the video that the Babylon Bee put out about the liberal going back in time to kill Hitler.
Yeah, yeah.
That was fucking funny, man. I couldn't stop laughing.
Yeah.
He's like, I want to do that too.
Yeah.
I'm going to put that in my socialized medicine. What do you mean socialized medicine?
Boys and
Oh,
girls,
yeah.
we are right now at the 1 hour mark, and we haven't even done meme review yet for a show with no content. God dang it, Christy, we went long. Let's do meme review.
All right.
You got me
let's
here to
get
run my
into it.
mouth. I can talk for days.
Oh, wait. We need our thing.
You need memes.
No, we don't need it. Let's just put
We don't need this? You don't want that? Okay. Here we go. We're now in meme review. And my dog is bringing me my shoes.
Yay.
Or
Okay,
chewing them up. One of the two.
I'm not seeing the memes on the screen, Christy.
Yeah, I got nothing.
They're coming.
Okay, they're coming, she said.
One of these days.
That's what she said.
Yeah, yeah.
All right, here we go. I obeyed all your restrictions. What's next? And right off the bat, a perfect meme for what we were just talking about. The reason for the First and Second Amendments.
Yep.
I don't think a lot of people realize the Constitution is not the document that gives the government its power. It's the document that limits the government's
power. Yeah, it stops them from doing things.
Right.
I mean, that's why rights are inalienable. It's not granted to you by the Constitution. They always exist.
They're from God.
The government cannot violate these specific things.
Now, did you guys see where Senator Tim Kaine said this idea of your rights not coming from government but from God is just ridiculous? That's what the Taliban believes, and blah 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 blah. And one of the Republican senators immediately said, "I don't know if you're familiar with this document called the Constitution."
Yeah, and I mean, go ahead and take a trip back into history time, and why don't you just go ahead and read that Declaration of Independence?
Yeah. So this Brian, whatever his name is, he's a libtard over on the Twitter, says, if you're a man who has a relationship with a trans woman, you are in a heterosexual relationship because she is a woman and you are a man. And then when you put the glasses on that filter out the bullshit, it's just gay shit. Crazy. Listen, if it's got a dick, sorry, you're gay. You're gay.
Yeah.
I'd rather be a conspiracy theorist than whatever happened to the rest of society, and I agree with that wholeheartedly.
To be honest, like I've got a lot of gay friends. I work in the industry. I work in entertainment. I was a magician. I worked in TV. I worked in movies. I've got a lot of homosexual friends, right? And a lot of them are very, very upset at this trans agenda because they say they are basically erasing the gay identity.
Correct. Yeah, I've heard that too.
Absolutely.
And they do not like it. He goes, just because someone likes to play with a Barbie doll when they're 5 doesn't mean they're trans. They may just be a feminine male.
Hey, I just have to say that over on Pilled by the Rabbit dropped a sticker that says, a good kick to the balls will solve your gender confusion.
Absolutely right.
Absolutely. Well,
So wait. Did you guys see this though? Somebody apparently caught Sully. All right, go ahead,
Sully. Oh, I forgot what I was going to do.
It doesn't matter anymore. Move along. Move along.
What do you miss? I miss the way I viewed the world before I knew too much about it, right?
Oh, sweet Jesus. Ain't that the truth?
It's not called slurring your words. It's called talking in cursive, and it's fucking elegant.
Perfect choice for the fucking meme, too.
Yeah.
I mean, the only one better would have been Arthur.
By the age of 35, you should have a huge box of random cables, but you can't throw them out because you're pretty sure one day you might need a couple.
And hey,
You know, my
it has
wife.
happened. I
I'm
have
telling you
actually
right now,
needed them.
in my closet, I have a few boxes of cables like that, and I throw more shit into it almost on a weekly basis. And my wife, she is always bugging me. Why do you have a box of cables? I kid you not. About a month ago, my daughter's friend needed something like because her cable for her computer went out, and I had 3 of them.
Yeah. I mean, my ex-wife, I remember she used to give me shit about it all the time.
Just saying.
And then one time she needed a USB charger, but like old school USB. Like, you remember
Yeah, I
when
got
it was
those
like
too.
square and you plugged it into your
Yep.
printer? She
Yep.
needed that. I had like 4 or 5 of them. I'm like, here you go. And
Yep.
that is why there's a box of crazy cables in the garage.
Hey, listen,
Vindication is what
it's
that
not
is.
just the box of cables; it's those scraps of wood you keep in the garage because you're
Oh,
gonna
yeah.
need.
You
You'll
will
need a
need it.
2x4 that's got a miter cut on the end that's exactly 36 inches long at some point in the future. You will need it.
Someday it will happen.
Yep, that's exactly
And
right.
absolutely. You got to have a filing cabinet.
Yep, and a filing cabinet with one of the drawers full of cables.
And the other drawer full of pornography.
Farting while pooping. Pooping while farting.
Yeah.
Whoopsie.
So true.
Now, Tank says he's triggered by that box of random cables. So disorganized, how can they find anything? If you know it's there, Tank, it's just a matter of going through it all.
Yeah, you'll find it
Yeah.
eventually.
It's organized. It's in a box. Jeez, Tank.
You might not be dressed, but you'll get there.
It's organized chaos.
You know, I've reached that age where my brain goes from "you probably shouldn't say that" to "what the hell? Let's see what happens."
Just like Tank, you can obviously tell what kind of tanker I was. I had the gypsy wagon because I've got a box of cables.
I mean, I've got the bottom drawer of this desk that I'm in is nothing but cables, and
Yeah.
oddly enough, a little plastic Mjolnir.
Nice.
I don't know why. It's just there.
I've got a whole junk drawer. There's 2 drawers that are on my. It's basically a china cabinet that's built into the wall.
Uh-huh.
And it's got a whole bunch of drawers on the bottom, and 2 of those drawers are just full of cables.
There you go.
I mean, everything from, the power cables for a PC to like USB Bs,
Nope,
USB
I'm not that
As.
organized.
They're
All right.
Oh,
Listen.
they're not organized. They're
Listen.
just thrown in the
No,
box.
Tank's. I'm responding to Tank. His
Oh.
comment.
Okay. I can't see it.
It says, I
the
still
meme on
tie off
screen
my
right
cables
now
with 550 cord.
is not my fault.
I don't even know you can get 550 cord anymore. You have to go down to the military surplus store.
Now, this is 100% true, and anyone that's ever used one knows.
Oh yeah,
you can hear it and you can smell it.
Absolutely.
And it was a good smell.
From across the room too.
Yeah. Like you knew.
I mean,
recently.
if you're gonna do art, you should be a little dizzy. You know what I'm saying?
Right. If you're not getting lightheaded, you're doing it wrong. Ford has released a new Men Who Listen to Taylor Swift edition F-150. And originally, by the way, this is the upgrade of the White Dudes for Kamala Harris vehicle.
I was gonna say, is that Tim Walsh's car?
Yeah.
When he goes hunting.
The new employee has arrived. Make you feel welcome.
Yeah, I remember when all that started happening. I was just like, well, what did they say a few years ago? Learn to code.
Yep.
Hey, does that make their boss Trump? because he worked at McDonald's.
McDonald's for
Yeah,
a
Trump
day.
got seniority. He was there first. And this is the thing too. I'm going to address this very quickly. There's, oh my God, the government censored him and got him taken off the air. No, they didn't. A private employer fired an employee,
Yeah,
and that's it.
ABC did it, and they're like, "But the government told them to." I'm like, "They don't have to listen."
That's exactly right.
And then brought him back. Go figure.
And yeah, but then Sinclair was like, "We're not going to run it," because they're once again a private company that can do whatever they want. I mean that the same back in the Biden days when the COVID stuff was happening, and everyone said, "I'm being censored." What was the left always said? They're a private company. They can do what they want. And now when it's a private company and they can do what they want and the left isn't getting their way, now all of a sudden it's a crisis to democracy.
Correct.
By
the way, speaking of which, who actually goes to McDonald's anymore? I don't eat clown food.
Not for $15 a meal.
I still got young kids, so occasionally we go. And by young,
Yeah, but Burger King has better toys.
They're 15 and
I mean, when I used to go to McDonald's, you could get the quarter pounder meal for $2.99. Now it's like $17.99.
Bro, when I was going back in the
What,
day.
you mean the Royale with cheese?
Yeah.
Back in the day, it was 30 cents for a hamburger and 35 cents for a cheeseburger. My hungry broke ass went many a night and ate clown food.
Yep,
But
I remember Taco Bell used to have tacos for a quarter.
Yeah, tacos are expensive at Taco Bell nowadays.
$2.43 for a taco.
But go figure. I go to the Mexican restaurant and I pay a fraction of what I would pay at Taco Bell for authentic Mexican food.
Yeah, for legit street taco.
Go fuck yourself, Taco Bell.
If you don't stop smoking, you'll get lung cancer. Why are you threatening me? You feel me, Max?
I always tell them, like, it's already there. You just haven't found it yet.
Yeah, I'm more of a Wendy's guy, than a Taco Bell.
I hate Wendy's fries.
When Darth Vader lost his cool during a staff meeting and started choking out.
That's how you knew Darth Vader was a veteran.
Yeah. He was a veteran of the Clone Wars.
Look at that look, man. Somebody perfect shot. The things in the way there.
Oh, seriously.
Dove chocolate tastes way better than their soap.
One of my favorite memes with her, it had they cut out. Remember that picture of her crying at the gate, where all the children were missing back in the day. They had the same picture of her crying, standing outside of a 7-Eleven by the ice machine, and it says, "AOC finally realizes that ICE has a facility at every 7-Eleven in the country," or something like that. It was fucking hilarious, man.
I remember Tom Homan to deport so many illegals that I never have to press 1 for English again.
Oh my God! I was watching some YouTube today, and you know how they interrupt with a commercial, but that commercial was for an American product, but it was all in Spanish.
Right.
I was like, this wasn't made for me, because I don't know what they were saying.
Right.
You don't have the disposable income anymore.
When I was still in practice and I was running, it was, "Do you want a Spanish version?" I'm like, "Do I look like a senor to you?"
Yeah, I remember when I lived in Miami, the McDonald's menu was in Spanish and then English.
Yeah.
I mean,
unlike this place.
Diesel fried chicken. That's what I'm talking about.
I promise you, you rolled up in this place in its prime.
Fucking. Would you like diesel or Mogas?
All right, here we go. It's time, boys and girls, for the Spicy Meme of the Week playoff. First, we have a head
boy.
When you have shit for brains. and she is an absolute. She is vile.
That girl is terrible. I mean, she is. Just
and she'll never get kicked out of Congress because the bipartisan agreement with the Republican traitor, what Mills or whatever his name is.
Hungry? Grab a Snickers. Hey, honey, what you got? Grab me a Snickers bar. That boy, look at him though, man. He looks like he needs a biscuit. All right, so your choices are, and the poll is up.
Yes.
Is head diaper or Snickers? For
I like
spicy
the Snickers picture, but the head diaper lady, I think, should win because she's just plain stupid. And
You don't look. Just go vote. You don't get to poll for or campaign for one of the others.
Yeah, he can campaign.
I can campaign if I want. I do what I want.
Kick his ass out of here.
And
you're hindering his free speech.
Yeah, let's go with that.
Here's the current leaderboard. You don't know whose meme was whose until after the fact. The poll is up both on the Flip City Magazine YouTube channel and also over on at Kitty Flip City's Twitter. So you can vote twice if you want. If you want to go both places, and we'll update this leaderboard at the end of the show.
Bam! There.
I
had to.
I'm sorry. Go ahead, Max.
I had to go ahead and vote just to make my shit count.
Speaking of Ilhan Omar and her ilk, Tank Ferret says Palestinians, people so lovable, none of their neighbors want them.
Yeah, have you seen the wall between Egypt and Palestine?
Yeah.
I mean, come on.
I mean, and not only a wall, but it is patrolled by armed guards. Who
Yeah.
are loaded
The whole time.
You ain't bringing your nasty ass in this country.
It's like
How
15
bad
foot
you have
thick.
to be that Egypt
50
built a wall
foot
to
thick.
keep you out.
15 foot thick, 45 feet tall. They've got machine gun nests and razor wire everywhere.
Yeah.
I mean, it's like, come on. I mean,
Arafat.
Arafat, I thought Arafat was a shitbag when I was growing up. But man, now that like Hamas is involved, I would much rather be having Arafat because at least he was just greedy.
Well,
I mean, we could sit there and argue semantics. Arafat, Gaddafi, Hussein. In hindsight, it's like, wow.
But did you guys see that Hamas made a press release that those last 45 hostages, you're never going to see them again. They're probably already dead.
No, I haven't.
So
I'm
my
sure
question,
they have, man.
My question is, why is not the 10th Cav rolling through there right now?
Yeah.
Why is the 6th Fleet not bombing them into dust? You murdered Americans.
There's nothing left to blow up. I mean, they've leveled that whole entire area. Israel's done the work. We sold them the bombs, and they leveled it all out. So
following World War II and the dropping of the bombs on Nagasaki and Hiroshima, going into the Korean War, General MacArthur, proposed they use nukes, and I just found this out, so it was funny we're talking about this, because he's like, I propose that we use nukes, to win the war in Korea, and he then shows this map where he's plotted 30 locations where they could drop, and then he was relieved of after that, but hindsight being 2020, I'm like, MacArthur. He kind of had an idea, and I'm just saying we could turn some sand into glass.
It takes a guy. It takes a guy with real balls, someone from Missouri, to sign that executive order to drop those bombs.
the chosen reservoir started happening, and he's like, "Nuke him." Truman said, "No, nuke him, no, nuke him. You're fired."
I saw the meme where it's got like that monkey who's like looking one, there's like a puppet, and he's like looking one direction and he's
Oh
kind of
yeah.
looking the other direction, and it was like the Venezuelans say that their military is ready for anything America has to throw at it, and then it had the monkey and it said Japan, and it goes, they released the power of the sun
Yes.
twice.
Oh man, I saw it on the news today. We teamed up with France. France is sending soldiers to their fleet to help deal with Venezuela.
Teaming up with France is always a bad idea. That's what got us stuck in Vietnam.
Oh no
You
shit!
know,
But
let's help France, and then France is like, bye.
Listen, I think it's great that France is sending fleet elements to assist. I just hope the first time the Argentinians row out in a rowboat, they don't surrender.
They just give up. Yeah.
Hello?
I'm sorry for being there.
No, I just thought, you remember when they used to say you go on Google and type in, French military victories?
Yeah, do you mean French military defeats?
I was like, wow, back in the U.S., this might actually happen. I might change something for them. That's fascinating.
I don't know. They at the same time, several EU, the UK, France, Canada also have agreed that they are going to recognize Palestine as a state at the UN. And I personally think, cool, you can do that. And then while you're at it, go ahead and pack your shit up and get the UN out of the United States. We don't need
Yep. Get rid of it. Oh, and by the way, the U.S. has veto power.
Yeah. I've never liked the UN. After working with those
No,
things.
I mean the whole idea of the UN, well, it was a good idea, but the execution was terrible because it's a bureaucracy, and whenever you get people involved like that, it just gives them power.
It's
and
like the
power
League of
corrupt.
Nations was so successful. Let's do it again.
Yeah.
No. I don't know if you remember these little things called World War One and World War Two. No, bad idea.
Yeah, didn't
Well,
quite
sure,
work
no,
out.
don't. The video on young people where there's this interviewer, it's like pro America and everything, young 20-year-old blonde haired white girl, following in the footsteps of Charlie Kirk or something, goes to a college and she's asking, young college students, on the eve of 9/11, what event was coming up. Everyone's like, what event? And then when she started telling them, well, that's 9/11, what, who attacked us, and people could, these students couldn't tell them who it. I think like a terrorist, or maybe it was for revenge. I don't really know.
Yeah.
I'm like, oh gosh. In my day, I read an article that when I was that age, I read an article that spurred one of my stories, stating that, kids didn't remember what happened 50 years ago.
Yeah.
And now kids don't even remember what happened 20 years ago. So,
Exactly.
We're getting dumber.
I don't know what's happening now.
Yeah.
Well, the funniest thing is that everyone's all like, "Oh, it was Afghanistan," because they wanted Bin Laden so bad. I'm like, y'all know all those passports came from fucking
Saudi Arabia.
Saudi Arabia, right? And that's where the Wahhabists are from, and that's where Bin Laden is from. So maybe we should have a chat with them. But they got all the oil. It's like, so take it from them. I mean, just take it. What are they gonna do?
I mean, who's going to stop us at this point? All right, let's bring up the memes one more time, the spicy meme of the week, and let's go ahead and start calibrating. We're reaching the end of the show here.
All right. Here's our spicy memes. By the way, the Twitter poll is closed, so we have a winner over there. But you can still vote in the YouTube poll. So we've got the Snickers and shit for brains. Those are your choices. Do you want to see the Twitter results?
Yeah, let's see those
Of
results.
course.
All right. So shit for brains won by a vote.
Yeah.
Okay, that was
See?
Max.
Yep, it was. And I also voted on YouTube. So
And yeah, the poll over on YouTube, that's the Flip City Magazine YouTube channel. I did drop the link for anybody on Pilled that wants to go over there and vote last minute. You can do that. We've got shit for brains here and the Snickers beam. And we're gonna close this poll here in 10 seconds. So
10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, 0. When you
All
get
right.
down to 0, you still got a whole lot more. 0. Anybody remember 0?
every
right.
time I hear someone counting down from 10, I think Ed 209. You have 15 seconds to comply.
You know how I know great minds think alike.
All right, Christy, what do we got?
All right. So over on, I think also on YouTube, Shit for Brains won by a vote. So Shit for Brains won by 2 votes. Thank you, Max.
And it was me, which goes to show you that there are people in this country that should not be voting.
And that was my meme. So
Way to go.
I've got
Thanks
a
a lot,
healthy
Max.
lead. Healthy lead against
Thanks
Doc.
a lot,
You got to
Max.
bring it next week, Doc. I believe you're the
Yep, I got to set the bar.
trendsetter. Yeah, you're the bar setter.
See, the problem is I also brought Max. So
Yep.
that was my Achilles heel right there.
That was right there. You shut
Fucking
yourself
Max.
down. I mean, you should have brought back the 3 hot chicks. You know, come on. What happened, Doc?
I know we did used to do that. The babe of the
Did
week.
babe
Yeah.
of the week, barista, babe barista of the week. That's what it
The
was.
babe barista of the week. Why, Tanner? Why did you veto that? Why did you stop us from doing that?
I think it's a 3-letter word. Starts with G, ends with Y.
No, no, no.
It was the cocaine.
Because he's
It
a
was all
guy.
the cocaine.
It was the tiger blood, baby. Tiger blood.
And the HIV.
All right, guys. Hey, that's going to do it for the coffee shop this week. What a great show. Every time we have nothing, we have the best shows. It's just always the case. So I want to thank the chat for hanging out with us, both on Pilled and YouTube. And if you're out there on Twixter watching, we're glad to have you with us. Thank you, Tanner, as always, for your scholarly and gentlemanly appearance. Christy, for your whatever. And
My button pushing. Push the buttons.
You really know how to push our buttons, Christy.
Yeah. wait. Hold on. I have a stinger for that.
You goddamn mean dirty son of a bitch!
That was
And Max running his mouth for an hour and a half.
And Max, thank you for coming out and hanging out with us.
Yeah,
Appreciate
man.
you as always.
It's always fun to hang out with you guys. I mean, Doc and Christy and Tanner, that's good shit all around, you know?
Oh,
I mean,
yeah.
come on.
The absolute most chill show on the YouTubes.
We're pretty chill.
I don't know what to make of that comment in chat right there. All right, so that's going to do it for us this week, you guys. If you don't mind, hey, you can get over to Fund My Comic and you can still get a copy of A Damn Dirty Thing by the. Let's see. Oh, Christy, you and I both.
That's right. Head over to Fund My Comic. We should be featured near the top on the homepage. Doc's been up there for a while, so you might have to scroll. But look for A Damn Dirty Thing. Back that first. And with your extra change, then go back the Parody Special Edition by Flip City.
I want to give a shout out to my son. His birthday is Friday. Happy birthday.
Congratulations. Happy birthday.
Lord Almighty, he's big and he's getting old.
Is that the wrestler?
Yeah. My son, the no ass wrestler. I give him hell. He puts on his tights and he has no ass. Like,
you get those one of those little gel inserts or whatever.
Yeah, he
Hey,
needs.
he also did that badass riff that's in the disclaimer.
Yeah, he did. He did. Hell of a musician, and I love him. Great guy. And Christy, you got someone.
Yeah, my daughter, she's turning 23.
Oh, man. Happy birthday.
She's not a musician, but she is damn cute. She doesn't need any talent. She's damn cute. She can marry some talent.
That's all you need. That's all.
Marry the talent.
Christy, I told you I needed to write it down on a Post-it, and I was about to end the stream, and I looked over and saw it waving in the air conditioning. And
Yes.
I was like,
You found a Post-it.
All right. So anyway, that's going to do it for us. Peace out, everybody.
Peace.
Look, I don't mean to be rude, but I'm tired of talking to you.
And don't think it hasn't been a little slice of heaven, because it hasn't.
Well, what do you know? I finally got the last word.
Good night, everybody! Quitting time! Quitting time!